Welcome back to episode
40.
40. Wow, we are 12 away from having one episode every week.
Yeah.
There's 52 weeks in a year.
My name's Grayson. His name's Tyke.
I got lost.
And this is a podcast.
Yep,
about
this
our
is
life.
the Clear Cut podcast.
We
And
missed last week.
Yeah, we
I don't
did.
remember why.
Oh, we were just busy, man.
Yeah.
We went out to a little town about 30 minutes west of Jackson, a town called Marble Hill. We recently acquired a church out there, so that'll be our
us.
Yes, the church that we
Attend.
I'm on staff. He's an intern at. The church acquired a building to become a multi-site campus. So we were out there getting set up for a interest meeting that we had on Sunday, and that was a busy week. That was one of the busiest weeks that I can remember since I've been here. It felt busier than any Christmas week, Easter week. It was wild.
On Monday, I looked at what day it was, and I was like, wow, it feels like Friday.
Yeah.
And it was only Monday.
Yeah.
So that's how long the week was.
But
and my
then
kid got sick.
Yeah, and you
went
stayed
to the
home.
hospital twice. Hannah, my wife, is now sick as well. But yes, it was already going to be the longest, busiest week of my life probably. And I think it got busier with all that.
It got busier, and then you stayed at home and you didn't get any work done.
Yeah, it was wild. The freshman basketball season that I coach is now over, so that's cool. I mean, I get it's over.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. It's very challenging to coach a team of not only freshmen, but only have 8 freshmen every practice. So even if I jump in to play, then we only have 9 guys.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to get up and down. And
So do you have one guy that
scrimmage.
plays both ways?
No, we just played
4v4?
yeah, usually.
That's really sad because
It's hard to do.
Yeah, well then in games.
Yeah, you couldn't really work on actual plays that we
Yeah.
came up with. We had to just stationary run plays.
Man.
So that was kind of challenging.
My mom. So I talked a couple weeks ago about my mom's dog that had passed, and my mom went and got 2 puppies. They are very cute. They're very fluffy.
They're pretty cute.
They're very, very fluffy.
I'm not a huge animal person, but I will say they are cute dogs.
He hates my dog.
I love my family's pets. I don't like other people's pets
I get that.
most of the time.
Yeah.
Like cats for sure. I probably can't say that. I just don't like cats. Now, my mom and sisters have a cat, like an outside cat.
Really?
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to play with it in my bedroom or something,
Right.
but if it walks by me, I'm not annoyed.
Do you reach down and pet it?
I will.
Taylor had cats growing up.
Cats,
And
plural.
they had 2 cats at sometimes. They were all outside though. None of the cats were inside. And I had one. I had one cat for my entire first 12 years of my life. His name was Barney. That cat lived to be 22.
That's crazy.
Lived crazy long.
So, how our first cat died,
Mm-hmm.
very interesting story. So, my family has had 2 cats, both for my sisters. For some reason, I don't even think they really like cats. Savannah, my youngest but tallest sister, loves animals, period. We always thought she'd be a vet because she loves animals.
She's not going to school to be a vet.
I probably not. She's in high school.
Yeah.
She doesn't really want to go to college. None of them do.
Vet schooling is very difficult.
I believe that. But one day, we had the mowers. We had people that mowed our yard once a week. And my mom got a phone call.
No.
That our cat got run over by the mower that was mowing grass. Not just mowing.
Wow,
Not just driving, but actually mowing.
Oh no.
So my mom had to figure out, I'm sure my mom lied to them and just said got ran over by something or someone or something like that. Yeah.
Did they see the cat?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I even saw it because like I knew I was with my mom. I think when she got the call, but I was still younger.
Yeah. So you cried?
I did not. It was a cat. I did not. Was I like, oh no, that's like the worst way to go out? Like, yeah, I was sad. Like that sucks. That's horrible. I don't care if it's a rat. Right. Like that's the worst way to go out. Probably shredded by a mower. That'd be bad.
Yeah, that's wild.
But yeah, that was pretty just sad. Yeah, I'll say that. It was sad. I actually really did like that cat more than the one that they have now. It was a very cool cat.
I mean, you were younger, so you were more open to those kind of things, open to animals, I guess. Like, same thing with dogs. Like, I've had a dog pretty much my whole life growing up. Yeah. My mom's always had Yorkies, it seems like, so I like Yorkies. Cool with them. Mm-hmm. But, like... You don't like my dog.
My wife's twin has a Yorkie, and I don't mess with it. Yeah. You know? And I love Yorkies. I just don't love her Yorkie. Mm-hmm. And my stepdad has always had labs, always had one or two labs in the house. So, like, it's a bigger dog. It's not like I'm just like a no to big dogs. It's like I was cool with his dogs. They lick me, I have a problem. You know, like, don't lick me. Yeah. You know, but other than that, they're cool. Yeah. You know, Scooby, he's a decent sized dog. He'll get bigger probably.
No, the vet said he's fully grown.
But he's
I'm
going to
believe it.
So, like, my stepdad's dog now is a lab, but she's a small lab. Probably as big as Scooby.
I was going to ask if she was something else prior. You said now she's a lab.
No, she is a lab, but she is a small lab, probably the size that your dog is.
Yeah.
So it's not like the size thing that bothers me. It's just, well, Scooby's also hyper.
Scooby's crazy.
Yeah. But no, just can't do it. I don't want your dog hair on me.
He's only like that whenever people come over.
Yeah.
Like, he's not as bad whenever it's just Taylor and I. Yeah. But man, when he sees people, he just goes insane.
I would lose my mind if I put on clean clothes and there was dog hair on them.
We don't let Scooby get on our clean clothes though.
I just feel like it'd be there. I mean, you got some hair on you.
Yeah, I went home today and I let him out.
Couldn't do it.
I think we need to get like an air purifier kind of thing. Sure. We need to change our filter for our air.
Yeah. I think he does that for us randomly.
No.
Yeah, because I didn't change mine and it's new.
He told me that I had to change it.
Oh, well.
We we live very close to each other, and the same man owns our quadplexes.
I could break his window with a rock from my driveway, probably. Well, my back porch.
Yeah. Maybe I say your driveway, you'd have to throw that pretty far.
And blinded, because I can't see your house from my driveway.
Yeah.
But yeah. So let's talk about Jesus.
Well, here, real quick.
Okay, before Jesus.
Wow. That seems really bad. But you were talking about your cat dying, right?
Yeah.
So Taylor and I, I'll say we had a cat. It was a cat that showed up at her mom's house, but like I was the one that basically told her mom to keep it because I really liked this cat. And I really liked it because it was like, it played hard to get kind of, you know? Like it wouldn't let anyone close to it. It'd hiss at us. But I was the first one it opened up to. Mm. I was like, we cannot get rid of this cat. Well, her name was Hershey. She was black, and she was so sweet. I was out at my grandparents' house, and they lived in Marble Hill. I was out there power washing, and I didn't realize I got a call because I was vibrating and everything, like with the power washer. And Taylor had called me. Wow. If you can hear that, if you cannot hear that, it sounds like an alien spaceship.
In the air duct.
It's in these headphones, so I'm assuming they'll be able to hear it.
Well, that's cool. That was an awesome sound.
That was wild.
But Taylor had called me because her mom had run over Hershey. And Taylor was just, wow. She was just so distraught. This is a crazy sound. We are being abducted by aliens right now.
I'm going to add that in as a short.
Turn that off. Turn it off.
That was insane. You should have heard it through the headphones. Like, that was... I didn't know what was going on.
That was weird. Jesus talk.
What
do you got?
So... Man, there's so much. There's so much.
That's why you're having a hard time thinking of
So
one?
I have a little bit of a conundrum, I guess.
Okay.
There is a person who, for a very long time, we worked together, and we talked a ton about Jesus together. We disagreed on a few things. So this guy was the type of person to take the words, every single word of the Bible, literally. He doesn't necessarily think about it like culturally, I'll say. A lot of the letters that Paul wrote, he wrote to churches that were in a certain culture, and then he would write letters to a different church that were in a different culture, and he wouldn't necessarily things that were contradicting, but he wouldn't tell them the things that he was telling people that lived in another culture. Culture, of course, changes, and so this guy didn't understand that everything, like in particular head coverings in church was one of those things that he's like fully against, because I think it's in like 1 Corinthians where Paul is writing, and he says that men should not wear, men should not wear head coverings, and only women should be able to something. And then his thing he really harped on was women speaking in church. There's a scripture that says women should remain silent in church. Women shouldn't speak at all. And he believed that with all his heart. And so that's one of the things that he didn't necessarily like about our church, because we occasionally will have a woman speaker. And he doesn't like that. He doesn't like big church. But it had been brought to my attention that he got into an accident a while back. And we had been separated because I had quit where I was working with him at, and I had a hard time reaching back out to him because, one, I don't know how to really start the conversation. Like, hey, heard you got into an accident. How you doing? Yeah. But I remember I stopped there and talked to him a couple weeks ago, and he was doing really good. So he broke his neck in the accident, and it took him 2 weeks or a week and a half to leave the hospital, and then he was back at work at 2 weeks. Now he can't do all the things that he wants to do, but I thought it was amazing how quickly he got back to work and everything. And I got to talk to him a little bit about like where, if he's still going to church and everything. And I was concerned when I left because there wasn't necessarily an influence there for him. And I knew that he wasn't necessarily the strongest in his faith. But he told me that, I asked him if he's still going to Gospel Life. That's the church he goes to. And he said, of course. So that was, that made me feel good. Because I said I was concerned. I had been a bad friend. I remember when I was quitting, he said, I don't want you to quit because I know you're going to be like all my other friends from the past. And what he meant by that was all of his friends. He lived in Branson for a while, and all the friends he made in Branson, didn't talk to him anymore when he left Branson. Or all the friends that he had here, because he grew up in Marble Hill. All the friends that he had in Marble Hill, or then when he moved to Jackson, whenever he quit hanging out with them, they wouldn't talk to him anymore. And I did. I mean, once I quit working, we didn't hang out, we didn't talk, and then to hear that he was still in church and that he was still loving church, that was that warmed my heart a little bit, a lot actually. But then one day he actually followed me into the parking lot when I was coming in to work one day, and we got to talk for a little bit. And he was still doing good then too. That was a week and a half ago.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Was he on his way to Pizza Inn or something?
He was on his way to the bank.
Oh.
He's leaving Pizza Inn to go to People's Bank down here.
That's funny.
but it was nice to see that even though I hadn't been there for like an influence, that he was continuing on the narrow path, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I've had friends in the past. I have friends from high school that we weren't devout Christians or anything, but every year we'd go to D Now together. The four guys. We'd all go to D Now together, and you know, I think there were a couple years and like all of us raised our hands for salvation, and now there's only one of them that's regularly in church, and it's kind of disheartening. But getting to talk to that guy, so he moved out to DC, getting to talk to him, it was a couple months ago, about his church and about how he was finally starting to find community there. That was so nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because there for a while he felt all alone. There was nothing. There was no one there to talk to. When you're in DC and all your family and friends lives in Jackson, Missouri, you're hours ahead in time. So nothing really like makes sense. But got into a church. The church, I've seen them on Facebook now. They seem cool. You know, they're not. It's not like here that much. Right. But when you're in a city of politicians, it's probably not gonna be like a little church or like a church in Jackson, Missouri. But he's really enjoying it. I can't wait for him to come back and get to talk to him about what life is like in the capital. That'll be interesting.
Well, there you have it. Episode 40 in the books. Next week will be better. It's just been a crazy 2 weeks.
Yeah. Hopefully this week isn't as crazy.
I pray not.
If it is, next week may not be better.
Love you.
See you guys.
Bye.